Summary of this tutorial. In this tutorial, we will discuss column visibility and fixed columns in jQuery Datatable. Using column visibility extension, you can hide columns like this. And then we have discussed how you can freeze column headers in jQuery Datatable. And then we have discussed how to fix these columns while scrolling along the horizontal direction. What's up YouTube? Welcome to .NET Mom. This is my first video in the series of jQuery Datatable and ASP.NET MVC integration tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to discuss column visibility and fixed columns in jQuery Datatable. Before starting this video tutorial, I would like to ask you a favor. If you found this video helpful, please thumbs up this video, and for more awesome videos like this, please be subscribed to this channel .NET Mom. Without further ado, let's get started. This is my Visual Studio 2013. Here we have a fresh ASP.NET MVC application. From this application, I have removed default controllers and related models and views. And here is my SQL Server Management Studio. Here we have a database employee DB. It contains a table employee details with columns ID, first name, last name, position, office, age, start date, salary, extension, and email. And it is populated with 57 rows here. So I am going to add entity model for this table inside the ASP.NET MVC application. For that, right click on models, add new item, select data from the left panel, then select ADO.NET entity data model. I will name this model as DBTB model. Then click on add, select generate from database, then click on next, click on new connection. Here we need to pass the server details, local /SQLE 2012. Then select the database from this drop down. I will select employee DB, then click on OK. After creating this entity model, there will be a class with this name, so I will edit this class name DB model. Click on next. In this step, we need to select database objects that we need to include in the entity model. So I will select employee details table, then click on finish. So here we have added entity model for the SQL Server database table employee details. Now I am going to add a new controller for employee. Right click on controllers, then add controller. Select MVC5 controller empty, then click on add. I will name this controller as employee controller. Click on add. So I want to make this employee controller as the default controller. For that, expand app start, then open root config, changing home to employee, back to the controller. So here we have the default action index. Now I am going to create a view for this index action. Right click, then add view. Keep the view name as it is index, then empty template, use layout page is checked, click on add. For this index view, here is the layout page. Inside shared folder, there you can see underscore layout.cshtml. So I am going to remove this top header from this layout page and changing footer as column visibility and fixed columns in jQuery Datatable. Saving back to the index view. Want to change this title as employee list. Let me copy this and pasting inside the h2 header. Now I am going to declare a HTML table here. Table ID will be employee table. Want to class CSS class here. Class is equal to display. Head. Here we have a single row. Inside that we have to add th for each columns. Now I want to show these column headers in footer. Let me copy this t head from here and pasting below that, changing t head to t foot. Now in order to activate this HTML table into jQuery Datatable, first of all we have to add these references. Let me copy this CSS style sheet path and pasting here link href. And in order to add the script codes, I'm going to depend on this section scripts. For that we can start with add section scripts. First of all we will add the jQuery Datatable script reference. Let me copy this. We have to paste it here. src is equal to, below that we can add custom scripts. First of all I will add the ready function here, document dot ready function. In order to activate this HTML table into jQuery Datatable, we have to call the function Datatable. Call the function Datatable. Inside the function, we have to pass the settings for configuring this jQuery Datatable. First of all, I will type them. After all, we will discuss each of them. Ajax. First of all, here we have the Ajax request. Here is the URL. Inside employee controller, we have an action method get list of the type get method. It should return JSON data to populate this HTML table. After that, we have columns property. It tells corresponding JSON data to be binded with these columns. So it should be in the order of the th elements here. Now we have to implement this get list action method inside employee controller. For that we can start like this: public action result get list. Now we have to retrieve data from the entity model. For that we will use this class, employee details class. We will declare an object of this class. So we want to use this namespace. Let me copy that and pasting here using. Now we can start with using statement here using. Inside that I will create an object of db model as db is equal to new db model. Let me create an object of employee list here, list employee details as emp list is equal to new employee list. Now we want to populate this employee list with the data from the table. For that db dot employee details to list employee details. Now we have to return this list as a JSON data. For that we can do this JSON new. We will pass this inside data property is equal to emp. Then we have to set the JSON request behavior as allocate. That's it. Let me run this application. For that, hold control then press F5. Sorry, something went wrong. Let me back to the view. Yes, here we have missed some columns. After office, we have to add age column. Let me add that here. TH for age. And we have to add salary after start date. Salary. Copying and pasting in the footer. Saving and reloading this page. Right now we have a normal jQuery data table. First of all, I will add column visibility button into this jQuery data table. Before that, we have to change the positioning of jQuery elements. For that, I will add the property DOM here. DOM is equal to BFRTIP. DOM property is explained in the official website. Go to examples, then DOM positioning. So here you can see what this BFRTIP means. B means buttons, that means buttons for visibility, column visibility. Then we have F, that stands for this search box. Then we have R, that means processing label. Then we have table, then information, that means this label showing 51 to 57 or 57 entries. Then we have P, that stands for paging. So here we are going to remove this page drop down. Let me save this and reloading this page. Now we need to add column visibility button here. For that, I have found column visibility documentation in official website. I will give this page link in video description. For that, we have to add these references. jQuery reference and datatable.min.js is already there. Now we have to add these remaining two script references. For that, let me copy this line and pasting below that 2 times, changing references. Let me copy this and pasting here. Now let's check what we have in CSS reference. This reference is already added. Now we need to add this reference. Let me copy this and we have to add the link here. Link. I will paste the link here as href. Now we need to add a property for buttons, and we will pass it as an array and pass callWis here, or we can pass it as an object. Extend is equal to callWis. Let me save this and reloading this page. If you click on column visibility, then you can see a button for each of these columns. If you click on this age column, it will hide the column age from this table. If you click on that again, it will show the column again. So this feature will be helpful if you want to analyze your report table that contains a number of columns in it. So it would be helpful if you can hide unwanted columns from the table. That will help the analysis more easier. In most of the case, there will be some permanent columns for the analysis. So you may need to hide those columns from this column visibility. For that you can mark such columns here with CSS class. Class is equal to permanent. So in this case, I'm going to make these two columns as permanent. I will add the same class here. And you can hide these first name and last name from this column visibility by adding columns property here. Columns not with class permanent. Saving and reloading this page. Now if you click on column visibility, first name and last name is not there. So next we will add fixed columns in jQuery Datatable. This buttons option is added for column visibility. and these two script references and one style sheet. Now I'm going to comment all of the things that we have added for column visibility here. Two script files, one buttons option. Now we will add options for fixed columns. First of all, we will remove paging from the table. For that, you can set paging is equal to false. If paging is not there, all of the 57 rows will be listed from top to bottom. In order to avoid that, we will add the property scroll here. Scroll y is equal to 900 pixel. So this property will add a vertical scroller. In order to run this application, hold Ctrl then press F5. Paging is not there. Instead of that, here we have a vertical scroller inside the jQuery Datatable. You can scroll inside the table. At some point, you may not see any header from top or footer. In order to avoid this problem, we will freeze the top header here. For that, we will add fixed headers into jQuery Datatable. For that, we have to add the script reference. Let me copy this. And we have to add it here. Fixed header. Let me comment it here. Script src. Let me copy the link here. Let me check what we have in the CSS. So here we have the datatable.min.js. It is already there, and we have to add this style sheet. Let me copy that. We have to add it here. Link href, and this is for fixed header. Let me comment it here. In order to freeze column header, we have to add the property fixed header to true. Saving and reloading this page. So if I scroll anywhere, you can see this column header here as fixed. Suppose if you have a number of columns in jQuery Datatable, then you may need to scroll in the horizontal direction. In this demo table, we don't have that much columns. In order to create the situation, I will avoid the word wrapping inside this table. For that, I will add the CSS here, style tag, and then we will set no wrapping for this table. White space is equal to no wrap. That's it. Let me refresh this page. So here you can see the horizontal scroller here. If you have a number of columns in your table, then you may need to scroll more to left or right. If you want to analyze the data, you may need to see some group of columns always in the visible portion in order to identify the row or analyze the data. For that, we can fix some columns from left part or right part. So there comes importance of fixed columns in jQuery Datatable. For that, we have to add references for jQuery library and datatable.min.js, and we have to add this reference. Let me copy this, and this reference is for fixed columns. Fixed columns. Let me comment it here. Script src, and let's look what we have got in CSS reference. This is already there, and we have to add this fixed columns.datatable.min.js. Fixed columns, link, and I will paste the link here. Now we can set fixed columns in this jQuery data table. Fixed columns. For that we will add the property fixed columns is equal to, we will pass an object here, left columns is equal to 1. So we will fix the first column from the left part. And finally we have to set the scroll x property to true. Saving and reloading this page. So if I scroll to right, you can see that this first name column is fixed. If you want to fix this rightmost email column, you can set right column is equal to 1. Saving and reloading this page. So if I scroll to left or right, you can see that these two columns from left and right is fixed. In the next video, we will discuss how we can export jQuery data table into CSV, Excel and PDF formats. And we will print jQuery data table into the printer, and we can copy jQuery data table data into clipboard and you can paste it anywhere you want to use. That's it guys. If you found this video helpful, please thumbs up this video, and for more awesome videos like this, please subscribe to this channel. .NET Mob. You can download this tutorial demo project from the link given below in video description. If you have a doubt or feedback, comment below in the comment box. Please like and share this video with your friends and colleagues so that they can benefit from this. Have a nice day. Bye.